Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day. I really, really appreciate it, guys. Alright, so please like, subscribe, and share. Tell me where you are this time of the world. Hit the bell. What are you eating? What's going on? I got sushi for dinner, but I'm not ready to eat it. And I also have a sub sandwich, so I don't know what I'm going to go with, but I'll let you know later. Guys, did you hear? Did you hear? It's not funny. And listen, I know that I'm everywhere. You should live inside my head. There are days that I'm funny. I want to be funny. There are days when things hit me and, you know, being sad is okay. And you know, listen, you know, a channel, like a TV channel, it'll have like comedy, and it'll have drama, and it'll have talk show and all that. So this is a channel, and I am no longer going to try to figure out the genre of it, because it's not a station, it's a channel, and it's going to have different things. All I ask is, if you like something, please hit the bell for that. If there's something else that you get and it's not something you're interested in, just don't watch it. But if you do like something, please like and share it so that it can get out there in the algorithm, because I think that I am really fucking with YouTube's algorithm here by just being myself. And I don't want to be constrained, so please help me get past the walls of YouTube. And some of this stuff you might not like, I said. Some of the stuff you might like. But that's okay, right? And I appreciate you. Over 14,000 of you. Thank you so, so much. Guys, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, the diddler, right, was really diddling with underage people. There is proof that there's at least one 9-year-old boy and one 14-year-old girl at the time, I don't know how old they are today, but at the time, that were actually assaulted by him, by Sean, by Puff, by this family man, this guy that says he's a family man that has his own children. And they know that these two cases specifically that I'm talking about, those kids inside of their system was ketamine, which is horse tranquilizer. And there was physical damage done that was shown and proven. I have a couple questions here. One, how come it didn't get any further? Somebody paid somebody off for this? How is that? And I would assume that no kid wants to relive that, especially a 9-year-old boy. No kid wants to talk about that. You know, no parent wants that. I am 100% sure. But how do you accept money for that and then in your conscience not think, well, there's going to be another child next in line? That's what's been going on here. This was a man that had everything but had some sort of fucking mental sickness. That the only thing he felt was at the very extreme highs, apparently. Like, everything had to be real high. He had to be real high. His sexuality had to be off the friggin' charts to feel anything. So instead of maybe going and seeking where the void is in his life, he turned people into puppets. Seriously, he might as well have had a friggin' battery pack stuck onto them. And mindless beings. The two kids that I'm talking about, the 9-year-old and the 14-year-old. So there's again substantial proof about those. Supposedly that's long crime. Vinnie Politan, right? Jesse Weber. So there's evidence of this stuff. So there's some sort of medical records or something that was kept stumped for a while, apparently, and I guarantee you there was an exchange of money. Why wouldn't the hospital have to call? I mean, there's mandatory reporting, right? What? Huh? How? What? Huh? How does that happen? How does that happen? I'd really like to kind of wrap my head around that logic and try to figure out why that never went any further. That's crazy. This shit is happening under our noses. It's like the Jimmy Savile in England. You know how many people he messed with and they only found out after he passed on? So he got away with it his entire life. We can only hope and pray that his next life is in hell, right? And then you got people like Epstein, and you got people like Weinstein. Weinstein right under our noses. Epstein right under our noses too, right? Because he was picked up and put in jail and then later released for more people to be ABUSED'd. What's going on? Why? Is it on the same wavelength as the people that are in love with like Wade Wilson, the people that are in love with Gypsy Rose, putting Gypsy Rose as an influencer? Have we just become so normalized that there's nothing that shocks us? Because I'm pretty friggin' shocked here. I'm especially shocked that there's evidence, which means, you know, people in authority knew what happened to the two kids. Only the two kids. There was 125 cases or 120 cases that were brought to this one lawyer. 120 people. 25 of those people are minors. And here's a guy again. Family man, 3 daughters, and 4 sons, is it? 3 or 4 sons. But his sons, from my understanding, just as bad as him. At least one of them, 2 of them, supposedly. I don't know. But there is no way this guy's going to see the light of day, and I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with the fact that this shit's been going on, and anybody that witnessed it, that knew about it, that participated in it, if I have to watch Babylon fall, if Hollywood's going to fall, I'm going to stand here and hold open the door, because they had the power. They all had the power to stop and say something and not to let this happen for decades. This shit's been going on for decades. And these are the people, this is a perfect example, right? And I say, don't put people on a pedestal. Don't put us on a pedestal. I'm looking at an iPhone, guys. Let's be real. I'm looking at an iPhone. You have iPhones too. Anybody could do this. Don't put anybody on a pedestal. Don't do it. There is nobody that we know like this. We don't know anybody. We don't know. We feel like we connect with people. These people, Diddy, how Diddy had a persona. He had 5 different names, 5 different personas. Actors that act. Do we know who Brad Pitt is? And I have nothing to say about Brad Pitt. I mean, Leo might have had something to do. There's pictures of Leo and Ashton. Do we know who they are? We don't know who they are. Ashton a little pissed off at because they had Thorn, right? Thorn, the organization that he started with Demi Moore, that was to stop X trafficking. So if he knew about this shit, then that's just somebody who wore 2 different faces. And he does need to be held accountable, for sure. And if he knew about that, and he was Diddy's friend, so he was Diddy's friend, anybody that's actually in those parties and that, you know, and then here's another thing, they were being blackmailed and being extorted. It's a fucking mess, right? But there's children that we're supposed to protect in that. You do what you want with your body. I don't give a fuck. You know, as long as it's consensual, right? But the minute that you take somebody's capacity to take their awareness away from them, it's no longer consensual. And when they're below a certain age, like 9 years old, they didn't consent to shit. And apparently, the 9-year-old and the 14-year-old apparently were forced to do oral, right? Went there for a modeling job. His parents right outside the door. Right outside the door. And I'm sure that's exciting Diddy more too. The fucking diddler. Disgusting. Guys, watch your kids. Watch your grandkids. Watch children in general. If you see something, say something. Right? Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and share, and hit the bell. You can ring my bell. And have a great night. I'll see you in the morning. Have a good one, guys. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow.